You're gonna need lots of energy, Rebecca. Just smile this time. Do whatever you can do. This was.
Hello.
Hi,
We're back
everyone.
again.
Back
Sorry
again.
about the arrow and sound.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to again. I think this is third time lucky. So, welcome to live session with Sirus Migration. This is episode 19. For some reason, this is the third time in from us because due to the technical errors that caused the last two attempts we try to engage with you. So we normally every Thursday we are with you at 3 o'clock with bringing lots of Australian immigration updates and knowledge that we have, and we are sharing all the experience that we have had during the week. So unfortunately today we started at 3 o'clock and there was a technical issue with the softwares that we used on, and then again we tried again, and I don't know if you were with us back then and it didn't work out. um, so this is the third time, so if you experience that problem, we apologize for the delay. So today, as again, my name is Isuru Yapa. I'm an Australian migration agent, Australian registered migration agent. I think my MARN numbers displaying there, MARN 1388 is 1386407. And then I've got to my left Ms. Rebecca Huang.
Hi.
Rebecca is an Australian migration agent as well. So today we're going to discuss about certain topics as we advertised before, and also give you the opportunity to ask as many questions as you can, as you like. So if you have any questions, please type your question down below in the comment section and in Facebook or YouTube. So we will answer your questions live, and if we couldn't get back to them during the session, we will endeavor to get back to you as soon as the time permits us. So today we've got a few topics to talk about. Among the topics, there are some news to share with you as well. We were expecting New South Wales borders to be, not the borders, New South Wales invitations for general skill migration 190 and 491 to be open for applicants last week or early this week. Didn't happen, which gives good opportunity or for our candidates or applicants to get ready. We expect the applications will start next week. Hopefully, my predictions are end of next week. By Friday, it should open up. So the window will be very short. So if you are planning to apply through 190 or 491 program from Sydney or New South Wales, it's time for you. Time is clicking. Luckily, as I explained earlier, some of our clients who were planning from Melbourne to apply for these programs have already moved in time because their borders are closed. Unfortunately, Victoria is going through a tough time with the borders closures due to COVID-19. We wish these borders to be open soon, and that delayed our office opening as well. Our brand new office in Burwood, 529 Burwood Road in Hawthorne, is fully ready to go, but unfortunately we can't man it due to the pandemic lockdown. So with New South Wales, I just wanted to bring your attention when you apply for 190 or 491 through New South Wales, you're required to be in New South Wales as a resident. If you're living elsewhere, you cannot participate this program. But the good thing is there's no time limit, minimum or
requirements on residency
to be there. So if you're still planning to go there, live in and get yourself accommodation sorted and prove that you're residing in New South Wales, that's all you're required to fulfill. So if you're planning to apply, 190 list is quite there, and if you're planning to do 491, New South Wales got a great 491 stream because They're 491s divided into different regional sectors,
Yes.
which gives you more exposure and more opportunities for certain areas. So, if you're planning to
Yeah.
participate,
This is the last
opportunity.
one in this financial year.
Correct.
So I believe they will. Once you got the invitation, I believe you will be granted a visa very shortly
Correct.
within this financial year.
Yes. And so, if you're planning to go to New South Wales and participate to 190 or 189 program, it is the time. So, please, if you require any support, we're here to help you.
Yes.
And want to remind. I think I wanted to talk to state government about this, but I didn't have the time. I think we were one of the last people to put the last sort of application because we pushed through quite a few 188 applications
Okay.
last minute.
Yeah.
So the last day was Monday just passed. So we worked through last weekend all the way to Monday
Yeah.
and got all our final applications for the year.
Yeah.
For 188 sector, 188A visas. So 132 is done now, as you all know. Unfortunately, it was a beautiful visa, so
It's permanently.
it's a permanent visa
Yeah.
for
And then
significant
yeah.
businessmen.
Yeah.
So 188 visa, if you're still planning under the old visa requirement, most of the states are closed now, including New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, but Western Australia. But the good news comes now. If you're one of those applicants, you want to push through the 188 application last minute, Northern Territory confirmed they still accept the application. So if you're one of those business visa clients who's looking to expand your business or travel to Australia to continue with your business or expand your business, 188A visa would be a really good visa. Your requirement, you don't necessarily have to demonstrate your English ability or your education background. All what they're concerned about is how good you are with your business skills. So you need to demonstrate at least over 5 years of your business history.
Yes.
Within last 5 years, you need to show um, 2 years of turnover over $500,000 Australian dollars, and you need to have business and personal assets between the main applicant and the spouse over $800,000 to participate in this program. So these values going to increase in 1st of July. So we don't know the exact numbers, but the predictions are the minimum turnover is going to go up to 800,000, and we still don't know the point scales how they're going to change. So if you're thinking of participating with 188 visas, you still have time. We can support you last minute. So be in touch. Rebecca was going to talk about 485 visas, and 485 visa, I think this is a better time than any other time because a lot of people finishing up their courses, and also Rebecca's done a very good YouTube video just before explaining.
I had a video in relation to 485 visa in YouTube. So if you're interested, you can always find us in YouTube and then watch me. Watch my videos on YouTube. So
Rebecca talks about 485 eligibilities as well as how you can extend the 485, and I think you're going to talk about it a bit now, right?
Yeah, so for 485 visa, there are two streams. The first one, graduate work stream, and the other one, post-study stream. So for those students who currently study bachelor degree or higher, or master degree, you will be looking into a post-study stream. And with this stream, it will allow you to stay in Australia from 2 years to 4 years. If you are a Hong Kong passport holder, you will be able to have 5 years eligibility to stay in Australia with this visa. So with post-study stream, you don't need to have skill assessment. So you will need the IELTS 6, and then for the age requirement, you will be under 45 age. So that's very easy and straightforward for post-study stream. So if you are currently study diploma or trade certificate, you will be looking into graduate work stream. So with this stream, you will need to have skill assessment under the occupation list, and then IELTS 6 as well. This stream will allow you to stay in Australia up to 18 months. All right, so there's a lot of people requiring about extend their second 485 visa. So I'm gonna talk about this a bit more. So with students who currently holding a 485 visa on the post-study stream, if you hold your student visa and you study in a regional area, for example, Gold Coast, for example, Griffith University in Gold Coast campus, and then after you graduate from Griffith University in Gold Coast campus, and then you hold your 485 visa in regional area, and then you will be able to extend your 485 visa for another year. So this is basically for the 485 visa extension. And then I believe there are a lot of people study in other regional area, for example, in Northern Territory. So for Northern Territory, if students study in Charles Darwin University, you will be able to extend your 485 visa for another 2 years, which is very a good opportunity for students to find a job or achieve higher points for their permanent resident pathway. And
I think
again,
you're planning to do a video on Charles Darwin University studying with
yes,
our study expert soon as well, right?
yes. So we will have another video to talk about the students' visa opportunity in Northern Territory. Yes, and then I want to demonstrate that Hong Kong passport holder, you have a 5 years 485 visa to stay in Australia. So if you're currently studying in Australia and you're a Hong Kong passport holder and you're looking into working in Australia, please let us know. We will help you to get a 485 visa before your student visa expires. Yes, that's pretty much for 485 visa. If you miss our live section, you can still go back to YouTube video to find our 485 video, and then to get more information from there. Yes. And then next we are going to
let's talk about the rest of the news. We during the discussions lately, there are indications that next financial year there'll be priorities towards ENS, GTI, Business Innovation Program, and did I say GTI already? Yes.
Yes.
So we'll be educating you throughout most of our discussions about these sectors, because it is important to know and it is important to plan if you are expected to apply for one of those visas. So in relation to business innovation visa, as I said earlier, um, uh, there are still opportunities to apply under the existing visa stream, only through Northern Territory. Northern Territory is a huge uh, territory itself, but major cities, as you know, Darwin, Alice Springs part of it, and Oorulu, Hayes part of Northern Territory as well. So if you're planning to expand your business in these areas, or base yourself, and one good thing about one of the best things about NT and WA is they reach to Asia so quickly.
Oh yes.
So to get to, I think, get to
5 hours?
Singapore, yeah, it's
Yeah.
about 4-5 hours. Where
Yeah.
Australia being down under
Yeah.
from everyone else, being separated and staying away from most of the rest of the world. But if you're living in, or if you're doing your business in NT or WA, your reach out to Asia is so close. So within about 4-5 hours, you'll be in Singapore, Hong Kong, or Malaysia. I think it's even closer to
Yeah.
go to Indonesia. It's about 3 hours from there,
Wow.
to my
That's
memory. So NT is still open for business innovation. So that's the long story short. Anyway, um, in terms of GTI, program still continues. There were some concerns from some of our clients saying GTI is now closed for this year, which is not correct. And also some people believes the GTI quota has been filled. There is no indication about it. So these are the things that I wanted to, that I have been asked frequently this week. So I thought I'll just talk about it. Global Talent Independent Visa is a very good and fast-tracked program to Australian permanent residency. You need to be in one of the 10 sectors. There are so many videos I have produced. Each time this Global Talent Independent Visa has been changed. So we have done a video lately, and we have done one with the latest eligibilities as well. So if you're in one of those 10 sectors, and if you have recently graduated, if you're a recently graduated PhD holder, or if you're currently earning over $153,600, that is the Australian high income threshold, or over, then you could be eligible for this program, or the visa category. And also for GTI applicants, remember this Australian high income threshold can move every year. So last year it's gone up by 3.3%, and hopefully not hopefully, it might
You
go
will
up again as well.
definitely.
We don't know the exact
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah,
So if you're within
grow.
those brackets, if you're pushing to get through, I think you should try put your expression of interest. This visa is not a straightforward application. This is an invitation only application. You need to put an expression of interest, giving the best shot with your eligibility for the program. And then once the Global Talent Task Force assess your eligibility, and if they are satisfied with your background, they will invite you, and then you can apply for the visa. You need to have a nominator as well. Nominator has to be an Australian citizen, permanent resident, or an eligible New Zealand citizen. And then, or else it could be a Australian industry peak body.
Yeah.
such as or an organization in the same field as you, and then the nominator has to have some sort of similar industry background or higher than what you're into now. So um, it is a very good program to join in. Global the expression of interest doesn't really cost you anything. It doesn't damage your profile if you're not eligible, but it is, as it says, it's a global talent independent. So you need to show your prominency and your eligible and then your global recognition um, to be eligible to this program as well. So I've spoken to many clients who have um, based their worked in different sectors of the world. A lot of my clients from Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore regions, they have very good exposure. I've spoken to many clients who's based themselves or their work has based themselves in Singapore for the better reach, or Dubai for that matter as well. Worked with quite a few fintech clients from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
We were able to push some barriers together with them as well. There's a lot of good talents out there. Um, it's not as complicated as it sounds, but we can guide you through if you require any support with these visas. And we have a good, friendly back office team who supports us all the way. So if there's any issues, let us know. If we can help you with your global talent independent visa. Next topic is going to be in towards employee nominated scheme, which we talk frequently because it's going to be another highlight. Australia is facing a massive, to in my point of view, Australia is currently facing a massive labor shortage in different sectors. It goes all the way from um, lower skill level occupations all the way up to higher
skilled
skill levels,
level. Yeah.
and depending on different sectors. So there are famous visas like 482, 494, 186 direct entry, and 186 TRT, transitional visa categories. On top of it, there are 407 training visa as well as 403 Pacific program as well. So depending on which country you're from, which occupation your citizen is from, and which occupation you're applying, there are many programs as long as you have an employer to sponsor you, right? So some people give up. I was talking to a good truck driver the other day. He thought he shouldn't be using his truck driving skills because there's no options for him through that, and he was talking about other education pathways to get the permanent residency. And I was like, mate, there are programs called Dharma Programs for designated area migration programs. So at the moment, don't have to go too far, even within New South Wales. I think Orana regions giving truck drivers an opportunity. So the main differences are the main programs, if you were to go into 482 or 186 programs, you need to have, especially for 482, you need to have 20 hours, 2 years of work experience. And as I'm bringing in my discussions with later clients, we had a good conversation with this client today. This work experience for 482 purposes doesn't have to be post qualification, so it could be during the qualification, as long as you have fulfilled the job duties. So this applies to a lot of our cooks, chefs. sort of applicants who has already been working in the industry while they're studying as well. So as long as from the day you started fulfilling the job duties of that occupation, even though you're still studying, that can be counted as long as you regularly been working in the industry. And you have to do it within 5 years. You have to show the collective experience. This can confuse sort of a few clients. So I will leave it as that. If you have collective experience, even though if you worked around 20 hours a week sort of thing, you can come back and you can be eligible for this sector as long as you can show that you have collective 2 years experience.
Working experience as full time.
32 to 40 hours a week. Add it up, divide it, and as long as the full so, but please don't get it confused with 186 though. 186 direct entry requires you to have full-time work experience post qualification. Minimum of 35 hours a week. But with this as well, 186, you don't have to be working 3 years in a row. So I've seen clients who's work for a year and a half, and then let's say, for an example, someone works for a year and a half as an accountant, and then they want to upskill themselves, go and study for a year, and then maybe study masters or something else, and then come back and do the same job again for another year and a half or 2 years. Now they're asking, I've got 3.5 years, but I have a break in between. Am I still eligible? The answer is yes. So it's as long as within the 5 years, if you have collective 3 years, but you need to have a minimum of 35 hours a week requirement to be fulfilled. So 186 visa is a permanent resident visa. 186 direct entry, you don't have to have you do not have to be through another 482 visa or anything like that. 186 direct entry requires you to have 3 years work experience, skill assessment, and IELTS 6 each band. They're the major qualifications, and then you must be nominated through an eligible employer from Australia. And 186 TRT, the difference is you don't have to go through a skills assessment, and you don't have to show 3 years of work experience, but you need to be through a 482 visa for minimum of
3 years.
Correct.
To be eligible, apply 186.
Correct. But and also with that too, 482 TRT transition, if you were to work with someone, say with employer A, you work for a year and a half or 2 years, and then last minute you decide, or you had a better option with someone else, so you change your employer, and now you did 1 year, so technically you have done 3 years under a 482 visa, but you will not still be eligible to go through TRT because you need to be with the same 482 for 3 years. So, and also 482, you have to be in MLTSSL, medium to long-term skill shortage list, not the short-term skill list. So if you were to break like that, and 2 years and 1 year, maybe 186 direct entry, in that regards is okay. You're still qualified if you want to go through the skills assessment, so you can apply, you can reach your permanent residency quicker. That's pretty much it. And also certain people where you don't have the occupation listed in MLTSSL, if your occupation is not in medium to long term list, you won't be able to achieve permanent residency through 186 TRT.
186.
So in that case, if you're looking for if you look in the regional occupation list is a lot longer and bigger, and gives opportunities to certain occupations to work
In a regional.
and gives the permanent path there. Yeah. And then different states got different Dharma programs. So for that's if you're working in under 49 regional occupation list, then you're not going through 482, you'll be going through 494 visa. It is a bit similar to 187 program or the RSMS program that they had time back, which is no longer available, but it's not 494 is not a direct permanent residency pathway, permanent residency visa. Having said that, there are also other Dharma programs and labor hire programs. Dharma programs, what they do is they give incentives towards lower skills occupations, or they give English incentives where you can have lower English, and also they allow age exemptions as well as an incentive. So certain states allows you to go through the Dharma program up until 50, whereas the others could stop at 45, etc. So depending on which state or territory that you're working in, different states and territories have different programs to be eligible.
Alright.
So
Look with some questions here.
Yeah.
So
Just before we move on to that one, I wanted to bring up the training program shortly as well. Training program is the 407. 408 is the pandemic visa. 407, you don't require 2 years experience, and then some people who doesn't qualify for 482 straight away, because due to that 2-year work experience requirement, you might be eligible to go through the 407 program as well. And again, the Pacific program 403 allows lot lower skill levels to come and work for up to 3 years. These occupations can be in tourism or farming and agriculture and etc. So depending on what's your background, just let us know. Most of the applicants from Papua New Guinea, Fiji, this region can be eligible for this visa. So if you like to explore more, please be in touch. You again need to have an employer though, which most of these employers would be very happy to give you an opportunity if you give the dedication. Right now, there are a lot of our clients looking for employees with different skill levels. If you were looking for a job opportunity, we can always introduce you to your CV to certain employers, and then this is not a fee-paid program, so we will introduce your CV to them, and then it's up to you and your employer to decide your eligibility and the incentive programs. But right now there are not 10, 20, there's hundreds of job opportunities lying out there, and if you're looking for a job, if you need any support, give us a call. Not only in Brisbane and Queensland, we have other opportunities in NT as well. So having said that, I think it's time to check a few questions before we move on. We'll quickly take some questions. It's been a tough day with these technical issues we had, but our marketing manager Lena did a wonderful job overcoming all these issues. So we are here now engaging with you. So thanks for this support, Lena, and also for all our audience being patient with us.
Let's have a look with the questions from YouTube. So Hashan, hi. Hashan's question is, how long should we study in South Australia to be eligible for South Australia state nomination?
You're reading from Facebook, right? No, YouTube.
Would study online count?
So for South Australia to be eligible, if you're in Australia, you have to, you cannot be outside of South Australia. You have to be in Australia. I can't remember the exact time. I can get back to you, Hashan, with the time required to be in there. But South Australia did mention that they are considering the online studies as long as you are in a student visa and you are enrolled with South Australian university.
Course, yes.
So
that's hopefully.
I can't get into the
next one. So one stick. I complete my master in agriculture at Australia. So what after school for job and PR? Agriculture. Masters in agriculture in Australia.
Masters, is it? Agriculture.
Yeah.
So Swastik Patel, I completed my masters in agriculture. Okay, good. At Australia. So what after scope for job and there are different job opportunities. I mean, as you said, it depends on your background and whether you're currently working, and depending on other qualifications, you can be eligible for different programs. We might require a little bit more information to see whether you have other work experience, what sort of point scale you're looking in, holding currently, and what's your English requirement qualifications as well. So if you like us to give you a PR pathway guidance on this, please be in touch with admin@sirus.com.au, and we will give you an appointment to talk to one of us one-on-one and give you a proper pathway.
Next one, KH.
Yeah.
I do hold a 485 visa, but living offshore. I cannot return to Australia due to the COVID-19. My visa expires on 31st of October 2021. Can I apply for the second 485 visa? Yes, at the moment, there is no official announcement for those 485 visa holder currently offshore.
Yeah.
But I do read some articles from media that the official intends to freeze their 485 visa or student visa, but not sure yet.
So that way they can come back and continue with it.
Yes, that's what I have been read from the media. So let's wait and see if there is any official announcement for those students currently offshore. Hopefully, you can have your visa freeze, and return to Australia in the future.
So there are a lot of discussions about different topics, and there are lots of discussions about students they're gonna bring in students as soon as possible as well.
Yeah.
And there are serious discussions planned with Northern Territory government, correct? Bringing in students in batches of 140, 130, something like that. But there are no legislative directions at this stage. But as soon as we know something, we will also share it with you, our clients as well. Good morning, Dr. Aruna from India. I have completed my PhD English with 12 years experience. Is it possible to apply for work permit? Dr. Aruna, I'm not sure your PhD in English. Okay. Um, 12 years experience, post or pre, and also um, depending on your current work experience as well, um, there might be other opportunities, and depending on your current income, there's a lot of determining factors to understand. Maybe send us an email with your details, and we'll explore your with your CV. We should be able to look further into your background. Rebecca, you're getting famous. So you're
Mars.
485. How are you, Mars?
Hi. Yes. We're planning to do some videos in Mandarin in the future. So keep an eye on it and follow us on Facebook and
And
YouTube.
YouTube.
You
Then
will
we'll
be notified if we have any new videos.
yeah. Um,
Punish.
Punesh Chopra, is there any direct PR for BSc nursing degree holders? Depending with nursing, it depends on where your qualification is from, and also what's the NMAC or AFRA recognition if you with your studies as well. With my experience, if you have uh, current skills and work experience, and also
Yeah.
the first thing is for you to get a registration, and for that you'll have to do a skills assessment, and then we can find out if you're eligible, or else maybe be in touch. We'll see what's your
Best
qualifications and what's your bachelor's degrees from, and that from that we can determine what's your qualifications and registration requirement. You might have to do a top-up degree, as they say, or fill up some gaps that you may have to fill up. And with nursing, remember you need to have IELTS 7 in each band in academic to be qualified to become a registered nurse. Gaurav Dhawan, hi, I have one question regarding 188 visa. Thank you. It's been a while. Today, no one asked any questions. Whether my children will be considered as domestic students for student to studies in Australia. Very good question, Gaurav. If you are a holder of 188 visa, your kids can go to public school and you will be considered as domestic students. So you don't have to pay any thing extra as you go into private schools. But if your kids going into private schools, then they will be considered as domestic students, but you'll have to pay the whatever the fees that they're paying. If they're in university level, then they'll be considered as international students. Then you'll be paying the international fees until you become a permanent resident. When is the best time to enroll for studies onshore, please? I think the best time is right now, Harshan, because the programs are like the travel arrangements are about to be open very soon. There's discussions from New South Wales government, Victorian. I think it started from Victorian government, right? And then there are discussions from Northern Territory as well. So there's lots of talks, and there's lots of discussions with federal government, which also indicates there'll be a program coming up soon, and I think they'll be giving the high priority for international students to travel in over a lot of other categories. So if you're the first group who will be coming to Australia is people who are enrolled in. If you're enrolled in and studied in a student visa, you can also apply and get a student visa granted these days too. So you can continue to study if you like, and most of the universities also allow you to defer the programs. Um, Certain courses like nursing or automotive, that sort of hands-on courses, they do not allow online courses, but you can enroll into the subject the course. You can get your student visa, the 500 granted, and you can sit on with it, but you can travel as soon as the borders open for international students, so you don't have to wait till the full border open to come in. You can be coming through one of the programs that they introducing soon. So I think the best time to
enroll it now.
right now. I feel Australian visa became very tough. Depends on how you look at it. It's tough as in the change. The Australian, in my opinion, Australia has a very good immigration system, and it's very dynamic. Hence, the world is dynamic. There are lots of changes, lots of right now there's pandemic issues, etc., etc. Australian immigration systems done in a really good manner to allow foreigners to come in and out, as well in the meantime to protect Australian citizens. So we have seen in the experience with this pandemic recently, Australia's performing and performed really well. I think part of it is the migration policy, and Australian migration policies and the regulations are built up to develop the system and support the economy, uh, and yet to protect the Australian citizens. So since the world is changing every day, there are new changes and new challenges comes every day. The immigration system needs to be updated and be changed, and have different procedures, etc. So, in my opinion, it's not as tough as you think if you have the true qualifications and eligibilities to join into these visa systems. It's just a matter of knowing it. Me and Rebecca and us registered migration agents, we go through lots of CPD points and regular readings and regular experience through these changes. Sometimes when you talk to one of us and explain your real situation, there'll be better solutions out there for you.
Yeah.
Maybe
send us an email with your information so we can have a little bit assessment for you.
Correct. C&J Cooking, you're asking for any English exemptions for 186 visas. Yes, high income threshold, if you're in high income threshold, or if you're going through 186, as I said earlier, 186 has two categories: 186 direct entry and TRT. TRT doesn't require you to do have the higher IELTS 6 in each band. So it's only the direct entry program requires you to have IELTS 6 in each band. Sorry, audience, we're talking about these subclass numbers. If you are ever confused with this, always type your question, type your concern below, and then we will explain. 186 is a work visa part, is a visa subclass number that we use for work visa holders to become permanent residents, the simplest way. Melanie Stevenson, hi, this is Edwin. If my wife's CPA certified, what are the chances of obtaining a job offer field and getting CPA qualified, which is very good. You have, hope you're, sounds like you're offshore at the moment, so not in Australia. So general skill migration programs are currently closed for offshore, unfortunately, but ENS programs are, the work visa programs are still open. What you need to do first is to find an employer. Or else she may consider consider coming upskilling herself through a master's program in Australia, then that will also upgrade her skills in Australian standard. Especially if you're in accounting, you will go through subjects such as business, Australia, taxation, business law and ethics, etc., which are when I'm sure that she would have done it under cum laude. If you're in Melanie Stevens, I'm not sure where you're from, but yeah, so when you study these subjects, then you can be more related to Australian system, so you might be able to find a job easier. So study might be a good option to get into the system. Satnam Singh, hello sir, can I apply to study visa to trade course as a carpenter? Yes, you can. My PT scores 47. I completed my 12 classes at 76.2000 pass out, which is very good. I'm studying now. I'm studying in carpentry. ITI, I'm not sure what it means, but which is good. If you're continuing to study carpentry, then so if you're offshore right now, as soon as the borders open, you can probably come and join the program. There are certificate 3. I think the entry level for international students in carpentry would be certificate 3 in carpentry. There are a lot of good providers out there. Most of the TAFE colleges have a wonderful program in carpentry. You get hands-on programs, and then you can also do certificate 4 in building and trades, and depending on whichever the way you want to go, there's other options as well. Certificate 3 in carpentry with certificate 4 in building and construction would be a good combination, because that not only gives you an exposure to carpentry, it also brings you to the next level into building industry as well. And we have a really good, highly qualified education team with us. You'll probably see videos in YouTube as well. They're always online on Wednesday at midday in Australian time. It's 12 o'clock Brisbane time. They'll always be there. If you have any live questions, you can ask them the questions live. Hashan's got a question. Is 482 visa and 186 visa is available for offshore applicants currently? Correct. Yeah. And certain visa, 482 visas and 186 visas can get travel exemption to travel as well. So with 482 and 186, you need to have an employer.
Yes.
So find an employer and then
Find
So Juliet Osaho, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Good morning. Wow, lucky you. You're still in morning. We're closing the day off soon. Please, I have a student visa and enroll for Masters in Commerce to specialize in finance. Very good. I'm considering switching to project management or taxation. Please advise. Look, finance is a very good topic these days as well. Project management, taxation also is good. It depends on what your expectations. Don't try to fit yourself into a visa. Fit yourself into the field that you like to get into, and there'll be visa options for you. If you're good at finance, and if you have a better background with finance, I would stick with finance. But project management, it depends on if you I don't know if you have a bachelor's degree in accounting and then looking at the post qualifications. So project management and also business analysis got good opportunities as well, and there are offers in different states. And with 482, project managers are in short-term list, if I'm correct. But taxation and accounting in MLTSSL. So in those two, in that regards, it's good. But then again, plan your whole pathway before you get a decision. Maybe if you like, give us a call. It wouldn't cost you anything. give you a free consultation to help you line up your decision with your changing course scenario. Divine Centino, if I'm pronouncing your name correct. Welcome back. I think we've seen you before. Good morning to you too. That's it. Krishanta Pera, hi, I'm Krishanta from Sri Lanka. Hi, Krishanta. Sri Lanka are giving recruitment services to automotive sector. From Sri Lanka. Maybe you're asking, are you giving recruitment services for automotive? Look, our expertise are in migration. We're not job recruiters, but some of our clients who are based, they at times look for staff. Our administration team's got, as a free service, we have a list of employers who's looking for which, if you were to send a good CV, we're happy to forward it to them. Depending on their availability, they will respond back. We don't charge you anything. At the same time, we can't guarantee you a job. But as part of a support to our clients as well as to prospective clients, we do this service, and we do this as a favor, not a professional service. Thank you, Aruna.
Thank you.
And Mars Australia. Thank you, Mars.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ashan, can you please simply mention experience requirements for 186? 186, you need 3 years full-time work experience after qualification. So if you've done a bachelor's degree in accounting, you need to have a minimum of 35 hours every week for 3 years. This 3 years can be all in one hit, or it can be 1 or 2 years in experience, and then you take a bit of break and do it. But collectively, until you make that 3 years within the 5 year, that's 186 work experience for direct entry stream. And TRT stream, you just need to be in 482 visa for 3 years. 482 work visa, temporary work visa. TSS, they also call it temporary skill shortage visa. I think this is going to be one of our last questions. It's been
my relative is PhD in social work from
Delhi
University. She is around 43 years age. Can she get 186 visa?
40, how many?
43
years. Yeah, 43 years is okay.
It's still
186. You can go up to 45 years, and there are exemption to go out from 45 years as well. But it's in your case, the short answer is yes. Okay, Laura just typed a question. We can't just not answer this, so we'll quickly answer this one and get going.
A lot of questions.
Hi there. I will graduate from Masters in Business, major in supply chain.
Supply chain in July. Should I apply for 485 or do I have the opportunity to apply PRA?
Sorry, we have a camera in front of our screen. Sorry, just go. What's your question?
Masters in Business, major is supply chain.
Laura, you're asking a really good, valid question, because you're asking for a question about 485 before applying for 485, because some people, as a paradigm, they just finished your course and then apply for 485. At the end of the 485, they go, what do I do now? So it is important to find out what's the best time for you to apply for 485 program, because after 485 you won't have another opportunity. It's just a one-off visa.
Yes,
right?
Lifetime. Only one chance to apply for 485 visa.
So,
as I said before, if you want to extend your 485, you have to be studying in a regional area and living in regional area for 2 years.
Correct. So if you're taking this decision, and you've done a bit of a challenging course as well, Masters in Business, but we can definitely look into the bachelor's degree as well. So maybe what we suggest is we will give you appointment, if you could give us a call on 0733618177 or any of those
Emails
information
or,
listed down below.
yeah,
And
we can discuss with you further.
further about your options, and then we'll help you plan what to do next, sort of thing. And
What's the next question here?
I think it's okay. We'll do one last one.
Final one. Who's
Final
the
one.
lucky
Sorry.
one?
Yeah.
Naveen.
Naveen Gunasingh, thank you for the question. Well, this is our last question for the day, guys, and we got to get going. I'm currently in a student visa doing Bachelor's of Laboratory Medicine at Curtin University. Curtin University is in WA. And in the second year, I'm thinking of changing the course to nursing. Can I do it after studying 1 year? Well, technically, if you're studying in bachelor's, and I think you have studied already how many years?
This is the second year.
Second year. So yeah, because of, as far as the visa requirement goes, after the first year you can change as long as you have been in the principal course for more than 6 months. So yeah, if you need any support picking up the course, or what's good about studying where sort of things, and what's sort of scholarships and incentives available, we can do a free service with one of our education experts. Give us a call on 07336073361877, which is there right now, or yes, send us an email, then we'll give you a proper answer on this.
Another one.
Sorry guys, we have to get going. We are finishing up for the day. Please send us the question. What we will do is right after this this session, we will repost in this video. So if you could retype your question in there, we will type your answers as soon as we get around to it, or send us an email on admin@sirus.com.au, and we will endeavor to answer your question as soon as we can. Unfortunately, we have to love yous and leave yous for the day, and we'll be back again on 3 o'clock next Thursday. Sirus Live with Sirus, 20th episode.
Yes.
So until then, stay safe, and God bless you all. And
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.